Right. Today we are going to do a sketch to stretch activity. While I read a chapter to you from the book called Help! I'm Trapped in the President's Body. We've been reading about that, and if you remember, Jake is in the president's body and he's going to go do the debate, and his friends had to be kind of bribed to be quiet about the body switch. So they just got done leaving Jake's house where the president is sleeping in Jake's body. And now we're going to read and find out what they do on the way to the debate. Your job is to sketch or draw what you hear about the story as I'm reading. Think about the characters. Think about the setting. You can think about the problem, the solution, all those things that we talk about in a story. That's what you're going to be thinking about. Get your pencils or crayons ready. Here we go. Mr. President, Gail said, I mean Jake, even I protest. This is really overdoing it. Hey, I smiled. You only live once. But why this, Gail said? Because the president deserves a break today, I replied with a grin. The presidential limo was in the drive-through line at McDonald's. Let me read that again. That should be a clue for what you should be sketching. The presidential limo, Mark, you need to listen to what I'm reading and draw it. Listen to this. The presidential limo was in the drive-through line at McDonald's. But, this is not the image President Fripp wishes to present, Gail argued. Look, Gail, consider yourself lucky that the president is presenting any image at all, I replied. Well, it could be worse, Andy said. We could be out skateboarding. Can you imagine the president skateboarding? Or at the arcade playing video games, Josh added. Al, the driver, pulled the limo up to the menu board. I opened the moonroof and stood up outside the moonroof. Hello, may I take your order? A voice crackled through the speaker. Josh, Andy, and I ordered quarter pounders with cheese, large fries, and shakes. How about you, Al? I ducked back in and asked the limo driver. Well, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, sir, I'd love a number 2 value meal, he said. Done, I said, then turned to J. Timothy. How about you? I wouldn't touch that garbage, J. Timothy grumbled. Well, have it your way, I shrugged and turned to Gail. Hungry? Can't believe this, Gail rolled her eyes. Hey, even the president's press secretary's gotta eat, I said. Gail grinned. Corey, make sure you're drawing because we don't leave a lot of time after we're done reading to finish your sketching. Gail grinned. Oh, well, I guess a grilled chicken sandwich and a large coffee wouldn't hurt. I finished ordering by sticking my head out the moonroof again, and then I ducked back into the limo. Al pulled around to the takeout window. A girl at McDonald's uniform leaned out the window and said, "Thank you for eating at McDonald's. Your total comes to..." Her mouth fell open, and her eyes bulged, and I stood up through the moonroof. Something wrong? I asked. You're the President of the United States, I finished for her without a doubt. She frowned. Is this a joke? I reached into the limo's bar and pulled out a glass with a gold and blue presidential seal on it. Check it out. Oh, wow. She turned around and yelled to the rest of the crew, "Hey, guys, it's the President of the United States." "That's it," J. Timothy barked inside the limo. "This is a major breach of security. Al, take evasive action." "Stop," I yelled and ducked back down. "Everything's going to be okay, Al. Don't move." I turned to J. Timothy. "You really could have a little more faith. They're just regular kids. It's not like everybody wants to get the president." J. Timothy crossed his arms and slouched down in his seat with a sour look on his face. Meanwhile, a crew of kids wearing McDonald's uniforms crowded around the takeout window, holding out napkins and Happy Meal boxes for the president's autograph. "Well, can I ask you guys some questions?" I asked as I signed the stuff. "Sure, anything." "You like working here?" I asked. "Yeah, it's okay," said one. "A lot of my friends can't find work anywhere," said another. We opened our bags and dug into the quarter pounders and fries. As that unique McDonald's started to think about the kind of stuff the president could do. Maybe he really could change the world and make things better. Maybe being president could be kind of cool after all. Sitting across from me, J. Timothy pointed at the briefing books. "Now that you've had your fun, do you think you might be able to start preparing for the debate?" "Hey," I said with a mouthful of fries. "If you paid attention, you'd all know I already started." That's the end of that chapter where they were driving through the McDonald's drive-thru. Awesome. I'll give you 1 minute to finish up the details on your picture, and then you can bring them to the floor to share. When you're done, you may come sit on the floor.
Here is the president's car, and this is the car that he drives, and this is the high school. And this part right here, that's the emergency exit.
Wonderful.
That's what I have.
Great, Logan.
Alyssa. Here. Can I do that?
You can just sit down and be a good listener.
That's the sign for the McDonald's. That's the sign for McDonald's that's on the place.
A little louder, Tyler.
That's the limousine, and that's the window. And that's the girl.
And that's the girl
Handing the stuff.
that works at McDonald's? Good. Very good, Tyler. Tyler, can I have your paper?
This is the M for McDonald's, and this is the slide. That's the tables, and that's the chairs.
Great. Where's the drive-through window?
Oh
Is it off to the side out of your picture? We talk about drawing things that way. All right. Very well done. Thank you, Miss Alyssa.
They went inside. That's
Oh.
what she drew. And they went into the playroom.
Don't worry about it.
No.
Okay, Ariana, thank you for being such a good listener. Jordan, if you'll step over, thank you. Okay, Miss Katie, nice and loud.
This is the people, and this is the carpenters. The people sticking out of it.
Okay, I see the first people you said were the workers at McDonald's, and the second people are sticking out of the car. So that must be Jake and his friends sticking out of the moonroof, pulling into McDonald's drive-thru. And that's the presidential limo. Well done, Miss Katie. Thank you.
Area. Josh and Andy sticking their heads out the window, and that's Jake in the president's body, and that's the driver Al, and this is the sidewalk, and this is the road. Good job.
Very well done.
Lauren. This is the limousine. This is Jake sticking his head out of the limousine. This is McDonald's, and this is the driver. And this is a tree. But I didn't get to finish the rest of the
What else would you, oh, you were going to do more trees? I like how you have the McDonald's drive-through curving, because a lot of the McDonald's I've been through, the drive-through does curve around the McDonald's. Awesome. Very well done.
This is the lemonade. This is the street. And this
Corey,
is
back up.
the McDonald's person taking their order. And this is all, these are the people that are coming to get the president's autographs.
Very good details on that. You were listening with a great ear and thinking about the characters and the setting. Good for you. Nice.
All the kids sticking out the limousine. I don't remember his name was Jake. No.
The limo driver?
Yeah.
Al.
And that's the sign, the road, and the limousine, and the lights.
On the lights on the limo? Okay, good.
Where's the lights? Right there. This is the girl from McDonald's. This is the sky, and this is the sun. This is Jake. This is the limo, and this is the road. And these are the doors.
What's in the hands of the McDonald's worker?
The bag for that they ordered.
Oh, their bag of food. Can you hold it up so I can see it? Very well done. Good details.
I messed up.
It looks great.
What part did you mess up?